Well, Jerome, you had a magical first year as a head coach. You waited a long time for this opportunity and took advantage of every second. How'd you pull it off?
It's the favor and blessing of God in my life, man. It's I can't take any of the credit for it, really. It's God allowed it to be in the right time. I was able to get the right staff and the right players, and those guys bought in, and we chose to celebrate every moment, and not wait till the end to figure out if it was worth celebrating or not. Every win we celebrated, and I feel like that just kind of snowballed and allowed us all to just enjoy that special journey.
It's one thing to be a player's coach, but you really did allow them to celebrate their own individuality. Your team had personality, and it was their personality. At what point in your career did you decide, you know what, I want these players to be themselves and to have this be a team like that, not top down?
That's a great question, because there was a time when I wanted every guy to wear the same shoe and the same socks, and like that's what it meant to be a team. Then I got to be around some guys, Jared Butler, Davion Mitchell, Maceo Teague, and they would wear different shoes, different games, and the shoes didn't match, and we just kept winning games, and I was like, you know what? That shoe matching thing is highly overrated, Just all the things. I watched Kobe Bryant warm up one time, shoes untied, going through the motions, and then the game tips, and he has 24 points in the first quarter. And I'm like, you know what? That warm-up stuff is highly overrated. It's just about how does each guy get themselves prepared and feel the most comfortable on the day of the game. And so one of my things on game day is that we get no bad news. We don't talk about shot selection. We let each guy do what they need to do to help them be ready to be the best version of themselves on those nights. And it worked pretty good.
But also, you can't fake it. And what you were doing in that first year was genuine. It felt like, this is who I am, and I'm not going to try to be someone else. So where does that come from?
Yeah, I've seen too many guys, think they need to do it like this person or do it like that person, and there are a lot of really great coaches out there. I got to live 19 years with a Hall of Famer, but I can't be Scott Drew. He's unique in how he does things, and he allowed me to be myself with him there at Baylor, and I wanted to be myself. And just like, if I was going to be successful, it's going to be being me, and if I was going to be a failure, it was going to be being me. But I didn't want to be a failure being somebody else. I couldn't be a better Scott Drew than Scott Drew is, and I want my staff to be able to be themselves, and so that's how they're the best version of themselves.
You had a lot of opportunities to leave, and you waited for this one. Why K-State?
Okay, well, that's a myth that I had a lot of opportunities to leave. I believe that God blocked the doors for me, not because I'd have been dumb enough to take one of those other spots, but that wasn't His timing for me. K-State, I knew in my heart I wanted to be someplace where I could win a national championship. If I had gotten the Sam Houston State job, I'd have been talking about national championships, right? And in reality, I might have been a little crazy, super crazy, not just crazy faith. But K-State has everything that you need to be an elite basketball program for a long time, and we're going to win multiple championships here, national championships here, just because we got a great fan base, we've got great facilities, playing the best basketball league in America, hands down the best basketball league in America, and you can recruit the best players there, and more importantly, the best people there.
But you're under that shadow of Kansas, and you know that going in, and right off the bat, you guys were right there with them. You could beat them. You advanced further. I mean, all these things that when you take a job, you're like, whoa, here's, Kansas is the big shadow over K-State, and yet you hit it head on. What was your thinking in that?
I didn't see a shadow. I didn't see living in a shadow. I feel like we're different.
How so?
Right? We have a family environment. We got a bunch of blue-collar hard workers, roll up their sleeves, go to work every day, care about, like, your word is your bond, care about the man next to you. That's the K-State family, right? And it's maybe one of the friendliest campuses I've ever been on, like, where the you can see genuine care and concern across campus. And I've had the opportunity to go into fraternities and sororities and different organizations on campus and see what they do for our community. The synergy that's there in Manhattan, it's different. It's just really, really special. So I didn't look at like what they had compared to what we had. Nobody can duplicate what we have. All right, they can. It's like, you have the blue bloods and the new bloods. Well, we're the real bloods, right? And it's so real, and you can't duplicate it, and other people can try, but they can't do it because they don't have the people that we have.
In terms of people on your roster, you did a great job of building that roster in year one. You use the portal to your advantage. It can go both ways. How do you see that as something that you at K-State can use to your advantage going forward?
I'm thankful for the portal. I needed 11 players, right? So without it, we'd have been in trouble last year. And once again, I'm thankful for the portal this year. We brought in 4 guys. And what we did in recruiting is we found winners, right? Every guy on my roster this year has played in the NCAA tournament except for Tyler Perry. And he's won 2 conference championships. He won a JUCO national championship. He won the NIT championship and was MVP of the game. And so he is hungry to have a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. And so I like to recruit winners. We got 8 high school state championships on our roster this year. We had 10 last year. And so that, to me, that's how we take advantage of the portal. We go and we find winners.
Yeah, an unbelievable winner in Marquise Noel. Big shot maker. Who on this roster will do that for you this year?
We're going to find out. We're going to find out, but we have more weapons. And the goal was to have 2 guards with 90-plus games of college basketball under their belt. We have that in Quez Glover and Tyler Perry. We've got multiple wings who can play. They can dribble, pass, shoot, and play above the rim. We've got a couple guys in the middle who can rebound and block shots at a high level, and we're going to figure it out. And this year, it'll probably not be who takes the open guy will probably be the go-to guy.
You mentioned Scott. You were with him from the beginning when you guys got the job in 2003. You said the word Hall of Famer. He's won a national championship. He, with your help and others, turned that program around. Could have been complete disaster. Was when you took it over. But yet, I don't feel like he gets put in that group. Even though he's won a title, Elite Eights and all that stuff. What is it about Scott Drew that has made him an elite and potential Hall of Fame coach?
Well, first of all, Scott doesn't want to be in that group, right? Like, he could be, like, he could carry himself like that, but that's what makes him so special, that he wants to give everybody else the credit, okay? And that's why he's a Hall of Famer, because he makes other people feel like they can conquer the world and that they're so valuable to what they're doing. He gives us ownership of the program, and that's why all of the guys who have coached with him have been successful after they left. Matt Driscoll, Grant McCaslin, Paul Mills, and now myself. It's just that's what Scott does.
So yeah, let's talk about being coach of the year. In year one, as a head coach, after putting in all that sweat as an assistant, what did that mean to you?
Well, first of all, that's a team award, right? If we don't win, our players don't play well and we don't win, my staff doesn't do a great job of bringing those players together and being there, like, that doesn't happen. So it's not an individual award. It really is a team award. And, I never as a coach, I have goals. Win a national championship, win a Big 12 championship, go to the NCAA tournament. They're all team goal driven. And so I never dreamt of being Naismith Coach of the Year, and it's a little surreal to see my name next to some of those guys' names, but I just chalk it up to the blessing and favor of God on our lives and to the great staff and the great team that we have.